What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the party. As always, hope you're having a wonderful night or day. Welcome to some Jedonia 2. If you haven't heard of this game before, it's an RPG that also allows for co-op play, so you have up to 4 players that can play in a living world. You can freely explore the open world and build unique characters. I've actually been playing it for a couple of days and having a lot of fun. Right now, the game is in early access, but you do have single player and multiplayer available. For the single player, you have these 2 modes right now that are available, Arena and Open World. The Eternal Dungeon is not yet available because we can only get up to level 20. It doesn't seem to let us level past that at the moment, but I was able to complete the Explore the Open World of Esnos and complete the Tears of the Gods storyline so far, and at the moment in the early access version, we only have access to the first 2 zones, so like I mentioned, we can only get up to level 20 at the moment, but for the Arena, this allows you to jump in, and then if you want to test out your build or anything like that, you're free to do so in there. But instead of us going into a new one, let me go ahead and open up my current one, my existing one. Hold on a second. Been playing this game a lot and doing a lot of testing, and for my main character, I've been having a lot of fun with him, and I think I have a really good idea of how I want to progress going forward. But let me go ahead and jump in here and show you what this looks like. So when you first start the game, you're going to go through a tutorial sequence. Oh, by the way, this is my lovely doubly companion called Bubbles. Basically the soup companion. You'll be able to unlock him by completing a secret quest line that is going to be available in this starter town. Actually, if you go up the stairs there, or if you're able to jump up there or fly up there, you'll be able to find out what I'm talking about. And these different companions have their own relationship system. If you go through what's known as the town board, which is right over here, you can actually hire mercenaries. And this allows, and by the way, let me start. So firstly, to have companions, you need to have leadership points or command points, and these are gained by having charisma. So because I have 2 points in charisma, which I put in at the very start of the game, I'm able to have up to 6 command points at the moment. And then I have 4 in strength, so that's maxed out, and 1 in intellect, because this character is more of a magic defense knight. Fun fact though, you cannot actually change these stats once you start the game, so this is permanent, at least so far. There might be some kind of potion of oblivion in the future, but once you have those command points, you'll probably also start with some free mercenaries at the very beginning of the game. If you have 2 points in the charisma stat, you'll start with 1 free mercenary. I had 1 at the beginning, but I got rid of them eventually. If you have 4 points, then you'll start with 2 free mercenaries, and usually you'll be able to have 2 at a time. But when you go to this board, you're able to see that you can recruit these various different NPCs, and they have their own qualities, and the quality kind of determines how many points they'll take. Also, alongside the soup companion, there's other companions that you can find in the open world even right now, like the dog, who will just be at the end of this town as a matter of fact. And then you also have another one. There's a pirate companion that I saw via the achievements, but yeah, you'll be able to find them out in the open world. And right now, like I mentioned, there's only 2 zones available. I think I can see what we have right now. Yeah, we have the East Cliff Valleys, and we have the Free City, which is inside of it, although it's not fully done yet. And then we have ourselves the Tranquil Strand. So those are the only 2 available at the moment. I mean, I'm assuming the pirate one, there is a pirate ship area over here in this south part, and I'm assuming the pirate companion might be down there. I haven't had a chance to go swim out to it to see if I could get on top of it yet. But once the game is all done, you're going to have all these other zones available. There's going to be bosses like, of course, the dragon there. I'm curious to see what that one's going to be like. And then you're also going to have that eternal dungeon that I showed you before. So another thing to start off with first is there is a housing system. If you can see it right there in the distance, it's a little I don't want to say like a little, it's got a few bugs to it currently. You can probably see it from here, but oh crap, lag. There we go. My walls aren't fully done, and the reason for that is because anytime I attempt to build in that section, it says that it's already built. I already posted that in the bug section. Oh, my game just crashed. Damn it. Hold on, I gotta restart. Okay, there we go. I made it back in. So yeah, like I said, the walls aren't currently fully finished. I'm not able to fully build those at the moment. I don't want to go over there because I'm just scared of it crashing my game again just at the moment. There are a couple of crashing issues that I found. I'm not sure if it might be due to the soup companion that I have, or maybe it's because of how progressed I am in the storyline at the moment. And this is also pre-release as well, so that could also have something to do with it. There's probably going to be another build that comes out before the game is fully released. But right now I have completed the main story, as I mentioned before, so I have actually gone through the Free City. It's not fully done at the moment. There are some cool things that you can look at in there. But right now it doesn't seem like it's fully done, and I think they even said that that was actually going to be a part of the roadmap, so that's going to be something that they'll finish up later. Damn, I'm back in again. My game keeps crashing. I think it's just my day today. But I was going to say that there are currently multiple dungeons available in the early access. Actually, one of the zones that I'm going to go to right now, I'll show you if I can what the second dungeon looks like, which I've been doing quite a bit. I've been doing it on repeat because when you leave a zone and come back in, or if you log out and log back in, the mobs actually respawn. So you can actually farm not only the mobs, but the resources as well. And then there is a crafting system right now, so there's different professions like blacksmithing, enchanting, weapon crafting, leatherworking, tailoring, cooking, and at least one more that I'm probably forgetting. But I really enjoyed this game. It had some really cool cutscenes and cinematics, and the quest lines, they weren't, you know, just these generic fetch them all, fetch this, fetch that. Like, they had some good backstories to them, and pretty much every single quest that you did it was basically like what the old RPGs used to feel like, where you felt like you were going on a journey each time. You know, for examples, there was ones where like we were in a mine shaft and it turned out that these undead got somehow released, so we had to make the choice of either blowing the mine shaft up or getting to the end of the tunnel to try to take out the banshee that was controlling all the undead. Of course, I ended up blowing the thing up because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go try to fight the banshee. I was kind of in a rush at the time, so I was like, I'll just, you know what I mean. But it was actually a bad idea in hindsight, because when we did blow it up, temporarily it seemed like the undead were taken care of until the banshee popped up anyway and killed my NPCs that actually gave me the quest line. So, you know, hindsight's 2020. That didn't fully work out in my favor, but you know, it was an experience for sure. And like the not just the main story quest line, but that was just a side quest, right? So there was like a lot of unique experiences through side quests in this game, and this game markets itself and actually does already feature, you know, hidden puzzles and little secrets like that. I actually found some really good gear off of doing the dungeon that I'm heading over to right now, and just looking in the little small cracks and crevices to see if there was any hidden stuff. And oh good, some more wood. Yeah, I'm actually trying to level myself up as best I can with the crafting system, because right now I think I have the highest tier gear that I can currently make, which is this runic stuff, and it's actually very useful for whenever you want to have like a mage warrior build. So it gives me mana, it gives me health and defense, but it also gives me bonuses to my destructive magic and my conjuring magic, which is really helpful because I utilize some of that in my build. So like with my magma skin, and then I also have a little bit of nature healing. That stuff's really useful. But in the future, when we do have the ability to either respec our entire trees, or we're able to progress further, I'm going to try to get more into the shadow magic and make this character more of like a death knight instead. And oh, I forgot to mention, speaking of that, the build diversity in this game is insane. Right now, the shapeshifting, the husbandry, and the illusion skill trees are still in development, which means the I think the husbandry one specifically, oh yeah, that's one of the secrets too. The husbandry one specifically has to do with horses. When that comes out, that'll be when we're able to utilize mounts. But the illusion one and the shapeshifting one, yeah, those are on the roadmap as well. But at the moment, you can use the melee tree, which is the main one that I have spec'd into right now. You have archery, banditry, which also does give you access to stealth and dual daggers. You have storm magic, earth magic, nature magic, dark magic, leadership, which has to do with the companions, and they even have a bard system, and that ties into music. And each of them feel extremely diverse. The magic specifically, there's some extremely cool spells in these. Like you have the ability to summon a tornado, and you can also fly in the air, like with the storm magic, and control, you know, how long you want to fly based on how much mana you have. Like it's really cool. And then with the earth magic, you can like burrow under the ground and travel. Oh, you can even use a spell that allows you to travel anywhere on the map as long as it has like terrain, which I think is like basically talking about mountains and stuff. But you can also summon a portal with the storm magic to go anywhere as well, and you can also take your party members with you. So it's going to be a really cool situation where like when you're playing with your friends in this game, and also the healing is insanely good. So like if you got somebody who's into nature magic, or even I would say the music is a little hard to use, and I would say not as useful right now because you have to, you know, basically play your instrument and wait for your chords to build to be able to utilize skills, which is just how it sounds. And doing that can kind of take a little bit, and then the payoff isn't necessarily, I would say at the moment, that useful in comparison. I would rather have like a nature healer in my party as opposed to a bard at the moment. Also, just give me a second. I'm getting back in the swing of things, but my character is a full-on tank guy. And hold on. Are they dead? No, they're not. Yeah, in each of the enemies that you'll fight, they're very unique in the way that they battle. You'll find some pretty impressive enemies that you'll come across in the game. So I keep forgetting to use my block somehow. There we go. Got it. You know what? What am I doing? Just heal, buddy. Oh, there I go. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get back to full health. First one's free, my friend. Ooh, okay. I got a little bit of gear there. I got one of those tablets that's going to actually serve me well in the, or would serve me well in the dungeon. I did notice that even though the dungeons are redoable, once you kill the final boss, or at least in this case, it does not seem to respawn ever again. And I know that because I really wanted to try and farm the staff that the dungeon had, or the dragon drop, because it was going to be super useful for like a mage character. Because one of the cool things too is that you can actually... Oh, wrong button. Blocking. There we go. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Because one of the cool things is that you can actually put like a chest or whatever in your house, and then you can transfer stuff to your other characters. So it's pretty cool. Like, you got a lot of freedom with your gameplay, the way that you want to play it. Haha, gotcha. As you can see, there's like, you're not restricted in the way that you fight as far as the weapons go, like melee weapons. Of course, like they mentioned, there's dual daggers. There's also two-handed weapons, like the two-handed axe that I got here. I think they recently added, or were working on, the two-handed maces, because two-handed maces are a thing as well. And of course, you have sword and shield like I have. And then as far as melee, I would say that's pretty much it. For the melee. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We got two-handed sword, or I don't know about two-handed swords. Can't remember. I think so. But you do have spears. You do have spears that you have access to as well. And then I'm sure there's some more I'm missing. So let's go ahead and go in the dungeon, though. I want to show you some real cool stuff. Also, there's an entire area up here that you can go to fight more mobs and find out a little bit more about the dungeon, because there's different books that you can find to learn more about the backstory of where you're at. And the dungeon itself like actually has mechanics associated with it, like I'll show you in a second. And you might notice that animation wise and visually, like there's some stuff that still needs to be tweaked, but the way that you can flesh your combos together is really impressive in my opinion. And oh, yes. There we go. Almost died. But not today. That shield gives me an immortality buff for like 8 seconds. Love it. But for a one-man dev team, the game is extremely impressive, and I think it's an improvement on the first Jedonia. Sorry, messed up the name of that. Oh, you're still alive? Really? Oh, I was going to say, okay. But yeah, I can show you the mechanic that I'm talking about here in a second. Let's go over here. And this dungeon is actually pretty difficult to do solo. It took me a while to actually... I mean, I wouldn't say like it took me forever, but it took me a little bit of time to figure out like what was going on and how to maneuver it. So as you can see, this rubble right here, you have to get this turret to aim at it and then shoot towards it, and it's going to break. Come on, buddy. He'll usually follow the companion. This is a common thing. Come on, bro. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Here, I'm going to wait right here. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? All right, you know what? Okay, so there's multiple ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way that I would do it, or that I had to do it the first time. So yeah, that was how I had to do it the first time. But because if you don't have a companion, this is a lot easier. But if you have that tablet that I got outside from one of those mobs, you can put that in here, deactivate the cannons, which it only deactivates like this cannon when you get further in the dungeon. Like when you get to the area just before the boss room, it's not going to deactivate that cannon. So like, yeah, you can see that you can actually utilize that to blow the thing open. So there's multiple ways to do that. Depends on which way you want to go. I think this one, yeah, this one does not get disabled. Never mind that. So when you're in this section, you can actually just swim in the water, and then the cannons can't get to you like that. And then you can basically come up towards the end of this hall where you're going to start jumping towards getting to the boss room area. And if you want to, you can fight these different mobs. But also something else you can do if you don't want to swim through, if you want to fight your way through, or if you're with the party, you can actually take these cannons out. And it took me an unfortunate amount of time to realize that this was possible too. Like, I don't know why it took me as long as it did to realize that you can actually destroy these. But yeah, that's a thing too. So pretty much whatever way you want to do it is up to you. And that's a good example of how the game works in a lot of cases. It's very freeform. You know, you don't have, oh crap, you're not restricted into doing it one way when it comes to your gameplay. And as I'll show on screen, if I can find some footage to kind of represent this, there's a lot of beautiful areas in the game. Like I said, there's a lot of really cool quest lines and characters to meet. So I think it's definitely worth a try. As I understand it, I think it's going to be about between $10 to $20 for the game. We'll have to find out tomorrow for sure, but I think for that price, you could definitely do a whole lot worse. That's my favorite catchphrase. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game if you decide to give it a try. I don't want to spoil too much and show off too much more. I just wanted to give like a brief introduction. But let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time, folks. Peace out.